Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope y'all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully y'all will have a better tomorrow. So today, I wanted to have a discussion about who should be the next character to get a character short in Volume 7. Since we've gotten character shorts in the past to kind of go a little further into characters, it makes me think that we may get another one, and if so, who should be the character to get it? So I wanted to go into that and give my idea on it. So sit back, relax, I hope you all enjoy. Let's go ahead and get started. So, looking at character shorts in RWBY, they have been there to really pump up or get the audience excited for the next volume. And if you look at it, Volume 4 had RWBY's character short, Volume 5 had Weiss, Blake, and Yang's character shorts, and then Volume 6 had the Adam character short. But not only do they get the audience pumped up for the next volume, but they even give us information about the characters that we may not have already known. But looking at it, this is an opportunity to kind of explore other characters, and the first character I want to take a look at is Jacques Schnee. And the reason that I bring up Jacques as a potential candidate for a character short if they decide to do one for Volume 7 is because Jacques himself, we know for a fact that he is not the best father. As a matter of fact, he is the one who has provided problems to Weiss and their family, and he himself even stated on Weiss's 10th birthday to his wife, which is Weiss's mother, that he married into the family not because he loved Weiss's mother, but rather because of the money, because of the respect of the Schnee name and the Schnee Dust Company, in which over time we know that the Schnee Dust Company, from when Nicholas Schnee made it, changed completely and was not as good as it once was, thus making Weiss herself want to gain the company so that she can correct the errors that her father has made and try to bring back a good reputation to the Schnee name as well as the Dust Company, unlike what Jacques has done to it. But not only can they really explore Jacques and how he is as a bad father, but they could go back into the backstory of his idea of trying to get the Schnee Dust Company, of how he could have maybe plotted to just take hold of it and say, hey, you know what, I'll just use the Schnee name as my own, and then take the company and do whatever I want with it just so I can get what I can out of it. I think that would be an interesting way to really do that. And considering, like I stated, they should show the abusive father side. They should show how he has made big conflicts in Weiss's life. Maybe even in Winter's life, if you think about it, he could have driven Winter to try to just leave like Weiss did, and become a part of the Atlas military. Now, that would be a very interesting thing to see. And who knows, maybe Whitley's even following Jacques because maybe he's afraid of his own father. You know, there could be more to Whitley that we don't understand just yet since they haven't really explored him very much. So that would be a pretty interesting thing to see. Not only that, but this could finally be the chance to explore Weiss's mother, actually give her a name, by the way, because we don't even know that yet, and show how this has affected her through crippling depression and become an alcoholic. So I think that this would be a good chance to really kind of dive into that a little bit, kind of give us more behind Jacques and the Schnee family. So moving on to the next character, Ironwood could also be another good candidate for this because this is the Atlas arc. Considering that he is in charge of the Atlas military, this is a good chance to dive more into Ironwood as well. Give us a brief character short about his character, maybe rising through the ranks, as well as how the fall of Beacon may have affected him. Since Ironwood seems to really trust himself over other people's opinions, this could be an interesting way to dive into what made him feel like he had to be that way, what made him feel like he may have had to distance off other characters and just rely mostly upon himself. And not only that, but this could also dive into his character as to how he got the injury and why he has the mechanical half of his body that we've seen in Volume 3. I think that would be something cool to explore as well. So this is a really good chance to explore Ironwood within these ways. Who knows, maybe it could even show the origin to how he met Ozpin and their relationship, because that would be kind of a good way to really show how they met each other and how they sided with one another too. Also, even Ironwood's thoughts on Ozpin. That would be pretty good to see. Not only that, but if you think about it, the device they had at the basement of Beacon, when you think about what they had down there, I would like to see if maybe Ozpin had inspired Ironwood to create a machine to be able to transfer aura, because if you remember, Ozpin did state to Pyrrha that she may not be the same afterward, which is kind of implying like the whole reincarnation bit, and that maybe if Pyrrha had gained Amber's powers in that way, that maybe that would have led into there being kind of like that split personality kind of ordeal that Ozpin goes through every single time he has a new host. So that would be a pretty cool thing to see, and maybe Ozpin had inspired Ironwood for this idea. So who knows? I think that'd be pretty cool to see that. Now, the next character I think is a big one on this list because I would like to see more about Cinder. Cinder is one of the characters that has been in the series since the very beginning. She's been there since Volume 1, Chapter 1. And really, there's not much we know about this character. I mean, there are some things we know about Cinder, but when it comes to her origin, this is what we don't know. We don't know what led Cinder to joining Salem. We don't know what her previous life was like before she met Salem. And not only this, but her issues with Ozpin. We don't know where that stemmed from. We don't exactly know what caused that. Could Ozpin have directly done something that could have affected her life, and that's why she decided the fall of Beacon was a good idea? That's a possibility. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, a character that has been in the series for as long as Cinder has, you would have at least thought that maybe there had been more glimpses of her past being thrown out there. And considering seeing that Cinder has been a character that's wanted power, is a perfectionist, is also a strategist, not only that, but is also a character that seems to be insecure. And the reason why I say Cinder is insecure is because if you look at Volume 4, all of her peers around her seem to make fun of her, and obviously nobody likes being made fun of, so they treat her very lowly in comparison to everybody else, unless you count Salem and Emerald and Mercury. And then if you remember even with Torchwick and how he used to make fun of her too. So when you think about it, this could be an opportunity to really explore Cinder, where she came from, and who she is, and why she is the way she is. Because this is a character that does need to have questions be answered, and the character short could be the first start to her story. It could be opening the gates to the story, and then Volume 7 could explore more on Cinder. And I think that that would be a great opportunity to help others start to understand her and then explore more within the volume itself aside from the character short. And I think that that would be a great way to get more into her and for everyone to maybe understand her better. Because this is an opportunity that has needed to happen. They had the chance in Volume 6 to really go more into Cinder's backstory with her side story, but instead they chose not to. So I think that a character short as well as going to Volume 7 is a great opportunity to tell more about Cinder. But there's another character that has been around almost as long as Cinder. Not quite as long, but almost as long. That is also a mystery that they could give a character short to. And just like with Cinder, this character is still a complete mystery, and this character does need to have some time to be shown more as to where they've come from and their origin as well. And I'm sure everybody obviously knows where I'm going with this one, and that character is Neo. Neopolitan is a character that was introduced in Volume 2, and she has been a fan favorite ever since her introduction. People have really enjoyed her character, and she is a character much like Cinder that is also a mystery. And with Neo, she has probably been even more of a mystery than Cinder has, really, considering that Neo was really just the henchman to Roman Torchwick. She was his right hand, and a very powerful one at that. And to see that Neo is also a big mystery and that needs to be explored more as a character, this is also another given opportunity to really start to tell her story through a character short as well. And I think that, much like Cinder, this is a good chance to start telling Neo's backstory through a character short, and then it could gradually lead into Volume 7 and go into her backstory as well. But Neo also holds the doors to another character, which it could be how she met Roman Torchwick, and it could even lead into a character short involving him as well, which would be interesting. It could be an interesting way to throw in Roman Torchwick, or it could be a backstory of Roman Torchwick, and it could be through Neo's memory, at least from what she knows or what she was told about Roman Torchwick. Now, that would be an interesting way in a character short to tell Roman Torchwick and his story, and it could be through Neo's memories and what Roman could have told her. So I think that that would be kind of a cool way to do it too. And not only that, but this could really show us how these two met and the relationship between the two of them. I would really like to see this, especially Neo's backstory. I would just love that. Everybody knows I'd love that. But I think that this holds so many opportunities because Neo holds the key to not just her own backstory, but Roman's as well. And I think that this is a great opportunity to be able to go into this. Not only that, but it could show how Neo became as good as she is as a fighter, because Neo is very talented and very skilled as a fighter. Now, I'm not saying she's the strongest character that exists, but she is definitely a strong character. And who knows, maybe Neo protected Roman from somebody before, and that's how they met. There's so many different opportunities to really show off how Neo and Roman met, and I would really love to see that. That would be interesting in a character short to really throw out there, and then it could lead into her backstory being told in Volume 7 as well. And who knows, in the character short, if it was Neo's, this could be a pretty cool idea, is that by the end of the character short, they could show how Neo and Roman teamed up with Cinder. Now, I think that would be a pretty cool idea, personally. I would love to see that. But there's so many characters they could really go with for a character short here, but I think that these, in my opinion, are some of the best ones they could really go with. But anyways, I'll be back again on Tuesday. Let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and share with your friends if you found this informative or useful. Well, anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow can always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.